Greetings, YouTube watchers. I'm Duncan Nuva, and welcome back to the next part of the ZOIDS LEGACY series. Up to 15 parts already on YouTube with 1 2-part per episode. And that was because of an accidental buzzer mishap. But there would we want to be. And the reason it took too long was because I was on Facebook, and people were like, oh, Facebook just basically stopped one of my characters. Just gonna fast forward through this. Friendship. I'll go over to zombies in heaven. Sweet Benjamin Lip. Well, yeah, my cousin's child has had her second birthday, so happy birthday to her. But I don't give a shit about them. But then again, I don't give a shit a lot about my cousins. That's just basically down to what's happened is my uncle, my mother's middle brother, who is my uncle, is a bit of a self-centered prick at the moment. He's got everything in one way. Is the only way he'll see it. And his children, all except one, for years have been quite, well, except two. One of their children I don't give a shit about, and nowadays they're, well, two of them seem to be more interested in drugs and alcohol and sex, as it were. And I oppose this, because it's not a healthy way of life. I've never... Wait, I've never been one for that style of life, and I'm not going to do it. Anyway. Pardon me. Just to say the damage this uncle has done is he's, I had a stint where I lost my job and was forced to live back with my parents, because of what happened. And, as I was looking for work, mainly in Ashburton, everybody in Ashburton kept just turning me down, thanks to the family. And that pissed me off majorly, and that really just derailed everything I could do. And this uncle had to go with my mother for like, how dare my mother have a right to speak when I basically have had no job? You can bet your bottom dollar that he lost every argument he had because, well, as my father said, your children, you're one to speak, because your children are doing drugs, sex, and have children. Alcohol. And if I recall, one of them is barely able to hold down a job. Jeez. Now, anyway, enough about family matters. I think I might do a tour of my life where I go into more about that stuff, but that'll be later. Hit the 2 coach list to get his Miss Max and his Buster Eagle. Ow, 1 damage. Ow, busted. To you, sir. We want to get rid of the gun blaster as quickly as possible because that will remove a heavy hitter. That should be him gone. Yep. There's the ogre. Oof. And he's just gonna go through all of these. Alrighty then. Tap the gravity bison, which I don't know much about. Sorry. Oh, gorgeous. It's hyperfang. Oh, my phone's vibrating. I'll have to talk about that later. I really want to talk about one thing, is, War Thunder at the moment has become quite a bit of a toxic cesspit for me. Not because of all that, but they've done things to a lot of the planes. A while back I used to own bombers, but they've done something that has made it so that if you're flying a bomber, or what they've done is they've removed the fact that, you know, gunners are no more like laser guided fucking missiles. Which to a lot of people is annoying, because it means, you know, bomber pilots of any tier are getting just basically just demolished before they can even do anything. And if you're focusing on just being a bomber pilot, you know, that's really annoying, because it means hey, you can't actually do your job, which is go bomb the enemy base and fly back. And I think that needs to change for War Thunder purposes. I know, and the other thing I wanted to touch up on is, I know I've seen I've been trying to live stream a bit more. Yeah, you may go to the BB headquarters if you wish. Isn't this up? Oh no. Yep. So then we'll go and get rid of all the current Zoids we got, all the double ups, and we'll upgrade them all. So we're gonna just use a item. Where evacuation? We want to go to Rocked. So that's where we want to go to. So we need to stop here. Anyway. The reason I've kind of stopped doing live streams is because basically I lost interest in doing it. It's no fun for me anymore, because a lot of people have been saying that, well, it's just become a bit too much more, it's become depressing, essentially. And that for me is not fun, because I like doing things that don't make me feel depressed, and if it's gonna make me feel depressed, it's just, what's the point in doing this then? Essentially. And so for now I've kind of stopped doing it, but I am trying to get a live stream out, which is the one on Girls and Panzer Dream Team. I actually pre-ordered that game, and then I had to wait friggin' ages before I could get it, and I got a personal code for it. But I can't use that code because, well, I just can't, and it's really annoying because for me, it's kind of depressing for me because it means I can't actually get the pre-order bonus, which for people who don't know, the pre-order bonus for Girls and Panzer Dream Team was you got the ability to have the school, Arari girls in their winter uniform, and then everybody else in their the Arari uniform that they used for it, and it was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, but then they were like, no, it's a Singapore-based thing, and I'm like, oh, bugger. Something like that. Snap. I don't want to enter it, I'll probably just give the code away on Twitter or something. Alright, we need to select an elite team of badasses. I'm going to keep the Gojulus to Giga. We're going to equip the SS. Lightning Sykes. We're going to equip Earth and his DSSR. We're going to give Zoids to the people we don't have. AT we're going to give to Herman. TS is on there. Protozoa can stay offline. Trinity Logo. Alright, we need to upgrade the Trinity Logo. Because we've got the ability to. So we'll do that. Let's do that. Trinity Loki. Yay. Yeah, all they did was increased it and then just gave it a bit of gun. And was like, what the fuck? Yep. Unfortunately, it's raining and it is cold here in New Zealand at the moment, so that's annoying. So yes, what's happening here? So, yeah, I don't like that kind of approach. The ZOIDS series I said I was working on is still in the works. It's just that I have to do the different episodes. I have to write the script for episode 1, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. Because what it is I don't know what style to do it in. I'm probably going to take a page out of Middle-earth's Law and do it the way they've done it, like introduce themselves and then they introduce what they do, talk about, and then go through the different stats of the Zoid, which is what I'll be able to find and such, yada yada yada. Zero Empire, 0X. Well, we don't need any more 0X's because, well, we've got them. Because we've got next unit, so one I can be bothered to build one for, But speaking about the 0X, I have a character who pilots it, so it is Duncan. This is just going to take a while, so what I'm going to do is activate one-hit KO for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do... Mainly because I don't like, this is just going to take too long. And we can power through it, we'll get things for it. And it's the only time I'm ever going to use this cheat on camera. So... it's basically to make everything just go a lot more easier, but I will turn it off for boss battles because when I first played through this game, I disliked using it for boss battles. It's just really annoying. DSR, go to Gunners. Oh, we might as well activate junk parts. See what we get. Bust Regal. We get the DSSR. Oh, we got a weapons pod. 5 weapons. Neat. I mean, I do like it. Ooh. That is not good. Tiles moving. It could be just how the level was designed. I don't know. Need to retreat from that. Okay, we're in the battle. Start battle with issues. Because we do need to get people leveled up. And yeah. Well, let's speak about something. I think I do recall I did touch about this a while ago. And it was the first pilot of the Liga Zero was actually Van rather than Bits. In the manga, Van's Blade Liger got badly damaged, as did Raven's Genobreaker, and they took the core out of it and put it into a Liga Zero body that they had been working on. Keep these guys off guard. Just gonna do it. I think that will destroy them. Yep, there you go. And yeah, so another interesting fact between the manga and the anime is you actually get to see in the manga Van's Fly Height's father's Commando Zeke, and Van nicknames his Brave Liger Shield Liger, like Zero. Van actually names it Caesar, and yeah, because in the anime only get to see Dan's father's thing once, the Zoid once, and that's in a flashback. And then we never see it again. And then in the manga, it's actually at their father's gravesite. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that. Well, we're just gonna activate the treat button apparently. So yeah, that's what happened. That's the difference between that not only and the name. I also think it's stated in the manga that Zeke is more of a female than a male Zoid organoid. We don't want to hit that way. Right, we might as well reach out parts. Destroy a Schneider Silken. It is possible to get the parts off in another thing because you get them all for doing off-site things. Let's see, we get all Leon symbols in there. Nice. Let's go this way. Hello. Oh no, this is the way we just made. 16 minutes. Okay, what I'll probably do is I will get up to the boss battle and then I'll record. Such a music bit. I don't know what I'm doing. Iron drills, PK. Nah. Let's see what's interesting. I love Zoids. It's such a good series, and then I am happy that they're doing more with it. But I've been trying to track down like all the video games for it, like the Xbox 360 games, the what else is there? PS2 games, GameCube games. Because I've kind of let it just die off, and that's kind of sad because I quite like. Growing up, Zoids was one of the best series I could ever watch, and so on TV, and I was like, what? Yeah, I've got Discord, whatever. I don't have my own Discord server yet. I need one. Oh, we found it. Those beady sods. Spheric acid weapon? Jeez. I mean, at least it's not hydrochloric acid. Stop. Plus regal. Means more XP for people, so that's good. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, we found a Z core. Z core, as they call it. I am trying to get together the ability to record a PC because I want to do some Hearts of Iron stuff, such as Hearts of Iron 4. I've got a good thing I'm going to do for that. But before I do anything like that, I'm going to wait till I get a better PC. For people who don't know, I did have a PC, but unfortunately my father, well, it ran on Linux, and it wasn't that good, and then my father destroyed it. He basically took the hard drive out and broke the hard drive. I lost literally everything on that. But Jaeger, sweet! I'm gonna go Jaeger. I have not been able to get a new PC since then, because, well, PCs here in New Zealand, I'm just going back to where I came, aren't I? Yes, I am. Sweet. PCs are freaking expensive, and every time I try to save up for it, things happen. Oh, great. Simple. Alright, I'm gonna get up to the boss battle, and I will record another episode, so this episode's so cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you once again, and good night.